Alright guys, today we are going to be reacting to how laws are made in Germany, guys. Let's jump in and see what's going on here.
Germany is a country of laws. Some of them are pretty strange. For example, you can't let soap suds get into the groundwater, so it's essentially illegal to wash your own car.
No way we're going to start the video like this. I have to listen to that again.
To the groundwater, so it's essentially illegal to wash your own car.
No way that's illegal. No, I'm sorry, I can't. No, I can't, no. No, I can't. I can't start a video like this. How is it that you put soap, if you put soap on the floor, I guess in your home, it's illegal?
Some of them are pretty unique. For example, on some autobahns, it's legal to drive your car as fast as you want. Given the relevance of Germany in modern geopolitics,
That's interesting.
it's important for everyone to understand how German laws are made.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take a completely fictitious example, like Bielefeld, Germany. And let's take our buddy Sven, and say this happened before you could drive like a nut on the Autobahn. And Sven says, look, I work hard, I pay my taxes, I have this really cool German car, I want to be able to drive as fast as I can. Sven's best place to start would be to convince the federal government, meaning the chancellor or federal ministries. This is where 2/3 of laws originate. So Sven would hope to get somebody there, you know, probably the Minister of Transportation in this case, to propose the bill. Once a bill has been proposed, it's typically sent to the Bundesrat, a council that represents the 16 state governments.
And I guess they had to vote in favor or against the law, right? Is that correct?
They can't really vote on the bill or change it at this point, but they can offer an opinion. I think Sven should be able to drive as fast as he wants. Next,
Also,
the
you
bill
don't
goes
vote
to
there, so they don't vote for the law.
the Bundestag, the federal parliament, where it's debated and committees are designated to review the bill and make amendments. At a second reading at the Bundestag, the bill is read and debated again. If no amendments are suggested, members can proceed to a third reading and vote on it right then and there.
Damn.
If not, it will require further debate before a third reading.
Oh man, this is.
In either case,
And I think this is where the Germany bureaucracy culture comes from. You see? This is where the German culture of bureaucracy comes from. Which is not bad. It's just they want to make sure that although they want to still negate the law or pass it, they want to have a lot of discussions, a lot of the country, and just hammer it until they get it right.
it requires a majority of the Bundestag to move forward. Sometimes that's just over 50%, sometimes it's 2/3. The threshold depends on the situation. In this case, the bill, now called an act, is kicked back to the Bundesrat. And if they approve, and the majority necessary depends on the kind of bill in question, it goes back to the federal government to be finalized. If the Bundesrat has problems with the bill, then they create a mediation committee with Bundesrat and Bundestag
And that'll be like amendments, right? They're making amendments to the law before they pass it.
members to try to iron it out. Once the act is approved, it goes back to the federal government, where it is signed by the appropriate minister and chancellor. Next, it goes to the president, who can veto the law. I don't want Sven driving 1,000,000 miles per hour in my streets. But the president very rarely does this. Once the law is signed, it's published in the Federal Law Gazette, and 14 days later, it becomes law.
Wow.
So drive on, Sven. Drive on, you crazy diamond.
Damn, Van really wanted to drive that car fast, huh? Man, they do a lot of amendments, but at the same time, they're just trying to make sure that the law makes sense, right? That they're not going to simply just pass laws. I'm even surprised how in the United States we pass laws very quick compared to this. They're fairly quick, pass through the House, the Senate, and the president just sign it. So it's faster than this. But it's a little bit different. Man, Germany's a different system, to be honest. It's similar but different at the same time. Damn, man. If you know about American politics, guys, can you do me a favor? Can you guys tell me in the comment section below what's the similarities and the differences between both systems? I will really appreciate that. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next one.